What's going on, everyone? It's time for our digital huddle today, and it is a big few weeks that we are in right now at GC. We have the block party this weekend. Then we have Easter services next weekend, the Saturday night at 5 o'clock. That one's going to have food trucks at it. And then we have the Sunday morning Easter services at 8:30, 10, and 11:30, and we have photo ops and all kinds of stuff happening there. And then the following week, the week after Easter, something we've never done before, we have a special Sunday as well, and we're calling it the Breakfast Club Sunday, which means this is that we'll have breakfast food trucks, and we want you to come bring your family and have breakfast before or after the service, but just come back after the week after Easter and have a good time with your family at GC. So many great things happening. And in the huddle lately, what I've been doing is talking about really just breaking down what I talked about during the team night that we had. And some of you couldn't go to team night. It was during the spring break weekend, and I totally understand that. I get that. But I was talking about being mission minded over preference minded, and I had three different points in there. And last week I talked about gratitude and how gratitude can really transform our lives and the lives of the people that are around us, can't it? And in the same way, something that's foundational to both the success of our team and the success of you personally is this other thought that I shared during that same message about being mission-minded, not preference-minded, is filling in the gap between what I expect and what I experience. And the fact is that there are things that we expect in life, and then there's things that we experience in life. And in the middle, there's this gap. And many times, if we are not intentional, we'll fill the gap with suspicion, right? We'll just allow it to kind of just dump into our life there in the middle. And I used an example in that message about Olive Garden and this unfortunate experience I had at Olive Garden, and about how I expected one thing and I experienced something else. And it's easy to just allow life to move on and fill the gap with suspicion. But instead, I talked about how it's important for us to be intentional with what we put in that gap and put trust in the gap between what we expect and what we experience. Because as we work together and as we are around other people and as we work on teams and as we go to work and as we are in our family, there's so many different opportunities, aren't there, for us to get caught up in all the noise of life and all the misunderstandings that can happen and all the drama that can happen. And sometimes, there's all these things that happen, and we feel like, it's what we expected and what we experience are not the same thing. And what I've learned is that you don't have to accept the invitation to the drama that's in your life. You don't have to have a ton of drama in your life. As a matter of fact, if you have a ton of drama in your life and it's affecting your life, chances are you're either accepting that drama, you're inviting that drama, or you are the drama. I mean, that's just the fact, is that if you don't want drama in your life, you can choose to just not accept the invitation to the drama. It's easy when something goes wrong, though, to feel uneasy or start filling in the gaps with suspicion or drama, so to speak, right? We begin to assume maybe the worst about other people or ourselves, or all these different things that we begin assuming. And maybe it's because of a misunderstanding, maybe it's because of something that's happened in our past. But when we do that, we're allowing our anxiety, we're allowing our suspicion to take over. It's like carrying around a burden that it doesn't even belong to us. We allow it to steal our joy. We allow it to steal our peace. And ultimately, we put all of our focus on that other thing, that suspicion, the thing that may or may not even be real, instead of putting our focus and our mind on the mission, right? Being mission-minded over preference-minded. Now, I have to be honest, it's hard to trust, isn't it? I mean, there's many times it's hard to trust. It's not always easy to give trust, especially when we've been hurt in the past. But something powerful I want you to consider is that not giving trust is a form of control. Many times the way I think of it is like this, is that if we keep our hands closed, we may have full control of all the things that we have going on in our life, but we're not trusting. But if I choose to live my life with my hands open, saying, God, I'm trusting you. God, I'm worshiping you. I'm giving it to you. God, I'm allowing you to have it. What happens is now my hands are positioned open ready to accept more of what God has for me. Here's the thing I want to challenge you with today. Whatever it is that's going on in your life, whether it's on your team at the church or at work or in your family, whatever it is, I want to challenge you to intentionally trust in the gap instead of add suspicion, instead of add any kind of drama. I want to challenge you to trust first rather than anything else first. Because the fact of the matter is, I believe God has more for you. He has more for me. And if we keep our hands open and saying, God, I'm trusting you. I'm giving you control. God, I'm worshiping you. I believe he will trust us with more because we've been trustworthy with what he has given us. So anyways, that's my thought for today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you at the block party. It's going to be so much fun, and we're going to be a bright light into our community for Jesus. And so I can't wait to see you this weekend and all the things that God has in store for us. I'll see you later.